right.
You, I'm just gonna get out our intro sentence.
Go ahead.
We need to talk about speak no evil. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. I can rate quick.
I'm traumatized.
I can rate. Let's rate before
Okay.
we break.
Okay.
I'll give it a 7.
Okay, I was gonna say like maybe like a 7.6.
Okay, that's fair.
'Cause, okay, as disturbing as the movie is,
Yeah,
it wasn't done bad.
of course not.
So that's really, I'm trying to be fair.
Of course. I just have to say that that was so disturbing. So it felt genuinely wrong.
I know.
I lost my appetite completely, and that hardly ever happens to me.
I literally, my jaw was on the ground. I had to cover my mouth because I was so
It was
disturbed.
literally so evil, true evil.
It was a true horror
It was
movie.
horrific. Yes,
It
it
was
was
horrific.
horrific.
Oh,
Holy fuck. Okay, for me personally, I'm down to clown with horror movies. And I also like things being pushed to the ultimate tier, but I think myself personally, just me on a personal level, I don't like things pushed to the ultimate level when it's gruesome.
totally. Obviously, I'm going to agree with you on this because
Yeah.
I have, some trauma with smashed heads in movies.
No, see, that's the thing, because I was even thinking about Hereditary and Midsummer and shit while I was watching this. And to me, those movies, they go to the highest level, but almost in a psychological way. Even if it's a insane death or something like that, there's still something very psychological about what you're watching. It's very
Yeah.
like this has a deeper meaning, and I
Hmm.
can't believe this is really happening. Same with Hereditary, just a psychological holy fuck.
Yeah, for sure. And this is more of just a simple horror movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But did you get Ari Aster vibes?
Yeah, I mean, I like the camera tricks, those aerial shots, those driving through the winding roads. He does
Yeah.
that a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think when the main, do you know any of their names? I almost should have their names on me so
Okay.
I know.
I do remember them. For some reason, they're not in my mind right now, but they said it about 10 million times.
I remember the family who was killed. I'm trying to think of the other one.
Luis and Agnes.
Right, I know them. Okay, Karen and Patrick.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And the guy's name is Bjorn, the other guy. Okay, so when Patrick at the end, or Bjorn had asked him, "Why are you doing this to us?" And he's like, "Because you let me." Um,
oh,
it gave strangers. Is that what it's called?
yes. I got that vibe too
Hmm.
because it was also, there is music and stuff, but the way that it's so realistic,
It was too realistic, and
that's when they
that's the
really get
freak
at you.
horror. That's the one that
Mhm.
is. I feel like someone has actually invaded my house, or I actually am with this couple who's gonna take my kid's tongue and kill me brutally
Oh,
with my
um,
spouse naked.
I thought it was interesting because it felt like the husband,
Patrick or Bjorn?
I guess you can say just both of them, they really had this weird thing with each other.
They became buddies.
They did, and um, the main dad really liked Patrick.
He did because
You
he
started to really
clearly.
like him. I almost thought like, is this almost like a romantic love for a minute because of the way that he was looking at him in that car?
Yeah, no, I thought before the full circle of the movie, I thought the scene with Bjorn and Patrick was so cute because I mean, obviously Patrick's a fucking fraud, so let's pretend I don't know this. But
Right.
up to this point, with what I do know, let's say I'm hypothetically playing along that he's just this wild guy and he's just they do things different. Bjorn is seemingly throughout the movie what you would think is happy in life. He has clearly they have money. It's okay. I mean, they're doing okay with money. He has a wife that he loves, a daughter that he loves. I mean, he just seems he's happy all the time.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy. He's going to these little things with his family, little trips and shit. Um and he has this moment obviously with Patrick where he's like, I'm miserable. I hate fucking smiling all the time. Just this
Yeah.
breakdown
And
of
before that, you could see him doing the smile the whole time. And you really
right.
thought, is he enjoying things? Because then he would kind of act weird, like he wasn't enjoying things.
Right. And so when he tells Patrick this and Patrick just listens to him and watches him cry and it's not awkward. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
They've broken this level of vulnerability in this moment because prior to this, Patrick had showed his ass with his whole drunk night. And now
Yeah.
Bjorn is not showing his ass, but he's being really vulnerable. So they've
Yeah.
both broken down certain walls with each
Hmm.
other. And then Patrick, let me take you somewhere because I'm going
Yeah.
to help you out. And that screaming of just cathartic release on top of the
Yeah.
because that's what Bjorn needed was almost a person to bring him out of this mundane, happy, simple, everyday life.
Yeah, for sure. And I really like him.
Bjorn,
Yeah, I
I
think he
mean,
is
yeah, me too.
just really, you could tell he was just a kind dad, a good dad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I say something that Bjorn kind of reminded me of? I want to know if you feel
What?
this way. Um, he reminded me of. I'm trying to say this without any spoilers. Uh, I guess I can't. So just pause here and skip 30 seconds. For if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, you can pause now.
Okay.
The guy in Game of Thrones who got tortured really bad, he got his dick cut
Really?
off. Do you know? Okay, the scenes where he was being tortured in Game of Thrones, and
Mm-hmm.
how much
Yeah.
he is uh, inconsolably. I don't even know. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Bjorn would have his crying kind of moments of why are you doing this to us or please don't
Yeah.
hurt my family. They for some reason I thought they were really similar. It's something
That's
about their
really
eyes
interesting.
too.
Yeah, I can kind of see what you mean.
Hmm.
And I think he was really dirty and then eventually had to get naked. It just was a similar vibe.
Oh yeah, that too.
Okay. The mom, Louise,
Yeah, she's an interesting woman.
he's so interesting. And I noticed how everyone was so honest,
Yeah.
except for Bjorn,
Okay.
really,
Yeah.
because he kind of would play someone else.
Yeah.
But the two main women were so, and Patrick, I guess, they were all really, really honest.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know if it's a cultural thing or maybe just this movie, because certain movies will have people kind of be off or something.
I know. I couldn't tell if there was where just like I guess a European barrier where I'm
Yeah,
not
because
sure if.
sometimes in those European countries, people just talk more like blunt.
Yeah, and so I really couldn't tell for a while if
Yeah,
this is just normal behavior. Because if I
right.
had the thing is I had gone through this in my mind. If I had met these people in this country, I wouldn't know if I wouldn't even take it personal because I'm just so unsure if
Right.
you're
That's what I was
blah.
thinking the whole time. But I thought that they all were so crazy honest because obviously, if you're in that position, you're just going to be like, I have a family emergency. I just have to go home.
Right. Actually, let's talk a little bit about the European aspect of it because, like you said, the almost bluntness of conversations
Yeah.
or the like authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also noticed the intimacy was strong and it didn't seem like a director's choice because if I saw this in an American movie, I would think the director captured intimacy really well or captured like
Yeah.
comfortability with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even think the director was pushing all that hard for that. I mean, I'm sure there was an element, but it felt like when Bjorn and Louise and Agnes would just be with each other,
Yeah.
there was strong love. Like it
Mm-hmm.
felt pure and it wasn't weird. There's almost something
Yeah.
about American families. This wouldn't like happen. This it would
Yeah.
everyone's too awkward. No one
There's
wants to
definitely,
touch each other.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? And it would
100%.
look weird. But and obviously Patrick and Karen, they're obviously affectionate in their own
Right.
kind of weird way. But regardless of that, I just that stuck out to me. And the other thing I did want to say is I don't know how much of this is a European system or not, but I thought it was so interesting that they had lunch and then they had coffee
Oh,
after
yeah.
lunch. I thought that would sounded so fucking nice.
I know. I
Like
actually
a
really
pick me
thought
up.
deeply about that too, because I was thinking, yeah, after you have coffee and the caffeine wears off, you crash.
Right, and
So
that's what
wouldn't
we
it
do
be
all
like
day. We crash.
a better thing if you do have a pick me up in the afternoon when you're usually tired and need a nap,
Right.
and then you crash and it's night?
And it looked like such a good time to have coffee. It was just this afternoon, you've already eaten, you're
Hmm.
just relaxing. It's still daytime. You're having this little, maybe a few little snacks with it. It just looked really nice to
It
me.
did. Oh my gosh, there's so much to unpack, I feel like. Um, what did you think about Patrick being weird with like going to the bathroom, like in
I
front of
don't
them
know.
and just doing weird
Okay,
stuff?
that's the other thing is I felt I know that the answer to why they're doing this was because you let us. And in the Strangers movie concept, I really liked it because it was just too true. When it comes to murder, like a psychopathic murderer, unless it's a revenge story, there's probably that is all there is. They're just doing it just cuz.
Yeah.
But this is such a psychotic, calculated thing of taking a child and murdering the family over and over and over and
So did
over again.
you get what I got from what they're doing with the kids is kind of like a sex trafficking thing?
Are they?
That's kind of what I got from it because if you think about it, they're unemployed. And yeah, their house isn't beautiful, but they said they like it cozy and, they just have this. And they kind of were grooming the kid to be away from their parent by having them sleep with the other kid who got taken and
And sleep with them.
sleep with them. And yeah, I just feel like,
Is it confirmed though?
I mean, I'm assuming because that guy, there was obviously the separate guy who took her away.
Yeah, but he just took her back to their house clearly because she's still with them.
I know, but I wonder if they do that to get more kids. And I think maybe because they were really abusing Abel, and
Yeah.
obviously they killed him, that I was just thinking maybe he was just
Why do you
irritating to them
think
or something.
then they would have that answer of because you let us? Just saying that you didn't fight
Didn't even put up
back?
a fight, I guess. I mean, kept coming back.
Yeah. Um Also, that reminds me that something I did think was really interesting and good. A lot of times horror movies, obviously, they're cheesy. Uh, and in a typical horror movie, if someone has the chance to leave, they either don't
Yeah.
or whatever. They left fully. I mean, yeah, they came back and it was like, oh no, but there was something about it that wasn't cheesy. And even them staying, it wasn't just, oh, we're gonna lock the doors and come on, it's
Hmm.
time for dinner. No, they had like a real conversation with them that made it feel like they were comfortable enough to almost stay another day.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
And every single time they came back, they would have this great time until the evening came. And then something would always happen that was weird.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the stoning?
Oh my God. That was so
I can't see
sick.
anything like that ever again.
I know.
I have to draw the line somewhere. This is the line.
I mean, there's not much you can say about it other than it was,
It was so bad. And sometimes when
it
the
felt so real.
it was way too real. The way the rocks hit their heads, it was bad. But when they obviously didn't die for a while, and the rocks would hit their
I
back,
know.
their
And just
bones
like,
would break. You'd
yeah,
see it.
their bodies would twitch.
Ugh, it was.
And they were also at such a point of even before broken down because of what happened to their daughter, which they probably don't fully know. I mean, obviously the dad kind of knows what her life is about to be.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But I think that they fully just gave up and just let this.
without a doubt. I mean, the second they pulled up to that rock place, they got out of the car in shock and silent. Even I was thinking when the daughter first got her tongue cut off and
Yeah,
got taken away, Bjorn and Luis, oh, Bjorn had thrown up and
yeah,
Luis was kicking and screaming, but they almost weren't putting up a fight, either of them, in a way of, I'm going to murder both of you right now, because they were
yeah.
in such
You can't even
shock.
think.
And they both know that they're also not going to see their daughter anymore.
Right, because they can't just kill these two people because they're the one way to even get back to their daughter.
Yeah, I
It's such a
mean,
mind
it
fuck, but
was.
it
It
was
was
so
hell.
realistic the way that those two acted that scene.
Bjorn and Luis.
Yes, they did.
Is it Luis or Luisa?
Luis,
Okay, yeah.
they did such a good job.
Yeah, I agree.
The just terror and silence. I mean, you can't even say anything.
I know. It was phenomenal.
Oh.
Obviously, all of his snot and tears, spit hanging off his mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not sex trafficking. Didn't really notice that the guy who was doing the babysitting is the one that took her. So I just wonder what his role is. He just like helps them.
Yeah, I guess.
Uh, I don't even know, but it's just horrible. I guess that's it. They just abduct the families and
See, that's why
the
I
kids.
knocked, because, like I said, in The Strangers, that concept made sense to me.
Yeah,
Because in the mind of a murderous psychopath, there probably isn't much more to this reason. But for someone to do something so specific, I mean, this is a really specific thing that you're doing. And you're not just doing this once and you like kidnap a kid and kill the parents,
yeah,
but you're doing it all of the time. It's just nonstop. And it felt like there wasn't an explanation for why the fuck. Because does this just make you feel good? I don't understand.
yeah. I have no idea. It said something about, you know, creating this fake little perfect family that they got off on.
And
And
then what?
obviously
But
abusing the
they keep
children.
redoing it is
I mean,
the
I
thing.
don't know. Why do serial killers keep killing again and again and again? They get something out
Well,
of it. They get
anyway,
some sort of pleasure.
that's really, really sad for what's his name? Abel.
Oh my gosh, it was horrible. And just his crying. And then when he first showed his tongue,
That was wild.
oh my gosh.
It's so sad. Obviously knowing the story of Abel,
I know.
that he's just trapped
I
and all his
know.
crying every night.
I know. And just the fact that they took out their tongues so they can't
Say shit.
say shit. Oh, it's horrible. And his freaky lie about being a doctor.
That was
And they were so honest about it. Oh, yeah, we lied. We just,
oh so
obviously he does it to lure people.
right.
But it's so weird how honest they were throughout it. They did give them every chance to think the situation was weird and leave.
Yeah, I
They
mean
didn't want to.
obviously it's the most annoying shit in every horror movie ever. This one, like I
Yeah.
said, didn't come off as cheesy for some reason because I almost felt for Bjorn and Luis because it felt like I could imagine them beating themselves up. That we had every
Yeah.
chance
Hmm.
to stop this, and look at what has happened.
I know. There was just no coming out. And obviously, that there's just no way these parents are going to go back to life. They're about to get killed because there's no other way.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that was just so disturbing, I
It
must
was so
say.
disturbing. I can't lie. I'm
Yeah,
truly disturbed, unsettled. It's sitting in me, and I feel like I need to be cleansed.
I know. It was very evil. What did you think about Patrick? Just
I
overall is like,
now I hate him, but throughout the movie,
yeah, did you not?
I mean, I thought he was super weird. I didn't trust him because I knew that there was a point to this movie. So,
I didn't trust him the entire time. I thought he had such a weird personality and that he just felt so off.
yeah, I mean, definitely. It felt like he was kind or trying to trap them from the get-go, which he was.
Yeah. What'd you think about the other lady? What's her name?
Karen,
Yeah, what did you think about her?
probably similar to how I felt about Patrick. They were one and the same to me.
Yeah. She was weird because you almost felt like, could you trust her? But then she would be weird as fuck to the kids too. They were just so abusive,
I know.
even to Agnes.
They knew it was about to be their little kid.
I know. Ugh.
Ah, that's so weird. This shit is so fucking weird. It's not even bad. It's
Okay, but how
I'm
mad were you
genuinely comfortable.
when Agnes is like, I left the bunny thing? What'd she call
I can't. It starts with an M, I think.
it? Yeah,
Right?
I think so. But
I don't know. I can't even look that up.
I know. But how mad were you whenever she was like, I left her, it's not here. And
It
they drove all the way
was
back, and then as soon as they pull up, she's like, here it is.
bitch. I can't even imagine. I really can't. I would go fucking crazy.
I know.
Like, are you serious? Okay, it
The
was
way that they
really
always handled her so calmly. I mean, I know the mom freaked out that one time when she was crying. She didn't want her to see
yeah.
her, but
The thing is that sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I would have just told the child, no, you're gonna
That's exactly
you're
what I
gonna
was gonna
buck
say.
up.
Is that the thing is, it felt like a situation that was Bjorn's fault because how far away they were from the house at this
I
point,
know.
and him just feeling so bad, we're gonna go back for it. You have to know as an adult with a child that she's gonna get over this eventually.
At the end of the drive, probably.
I mean,
She
eventually
gets
get
this.
her a new one, and you know, obviously, because you're an adult, that
Right.
she's gonna be fucking
I mean,
fine.
I can't imagine. as a kid, if that were to happen to me and I got a new one, how it would just, even if I remembered that memory
Yeah,
of having to get a new one, it would be like funny as an adult. You'd get over it.
exactly. And look what happened the fuck now.
Yeah.
The worst. I think seriously one of the worst things I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But I did think the setting was really pretty. I thought the whole thing was directed really well and it did look really good. I mean, there's no true complaints as far, I guess maybe they could have done more with the story, but it just seemed it was so real that it almost became more horrific.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any bit of cheesiness in it for me at all.
Yes, I know. That's what stuck out to me as well.
Yeah,
Because, like I
it was
said,
just done
typically
really well.
horror movies are either gonna be phenomenal or so cheesy.
Right.
There's no in between
There
for some
isn't.
reason.
There's different types of horror movies. This one is very real, very scary.
I'm scared.
I'm just disturbed. I get if people are like, this movie's sticking with me,
Of
you know?
course, it's sticking the fuck with me.
I know. Anything else stick out to you?
Oh, I almost feel sad. I feel like this movie had a lot of freaky
It was
energy in it.
so heavy. I mean,
Good God.
obviously, towards the end, everything was building up throughout it, and you felt their anxiety
Yeah,
and their stress, and then they'd be happy and having a good time, and you're like, oh no, because it's going to be bad.
yeah.
But based off the trailer, like, I knew it was a horror movie, but it just didn't seem as serious in the trailer. Did you get that?
I don't know. I thought it would. I
It
The
was
thing is,
so,
I couldn't
like,
imagine this. I can't think of this in my head. So I just would have not expected to see people get stoned to death and a kid's tongue cut out of their mouth because I can't think of those things.
I know. I really know. It was just, it seemed like from the trailer, they did not really give you the full vibe of this movie and how intense it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think, yeah, the thing with me, I really don't have much more to say. It gave me a lot of emotional feelings.
Yeah.
I'm,
Internal.
yeah, I really feel like I need to go watch the happiest, lightest
I know. I just feel so bad for
shit in
those
the world.
parents.
No, it's seriously
I
bad.
just can't.
It's hard to stop thinking about it.
It really is.
I want to get it off of me.
I just wonder how they're getting away with these murders. Like, is no
Yeah, is
one,
no one ever going out to that stone pit?
there wasn't other bodies, and they're clearly doing it a lot. So, my question is if people are finding bodies out there, how are they not tracking them down? I mean, their DNA has to be all over those rocks,
Oh
from
yeah.
throwing them. Oh, and just how they were standing at the top and just throwing them
Yeah,
down.
I didn't even know that at first, that they were way above them. I didn't realize they were fully in a pit because
I
I
know.
was thinking, damn, these motherfuckers throw. They can throw stones
I
like
know.
hell. Like
I
they might
know.
as well join the MLB. They are good. And they're throwing them fast as fuck. I could never do that. And they're heavy stones. How are
Yeah.
they throwing them this fast?
I
And
know.
then yeah, when I saw that they were way above them, they're just
And they're just
dropping them
dropping
in.
them.
God, that's so dark. I mean, that's just horrible.
And I read that it was the same place where he took him to scream.
No way.
Yeah. So that's
That is
another thing
so
that kind of like
psychotic. That is such a mind.
connects because he, let him be so vulnerable and
Oh, that's awful. That's so sad for Bjorn. I'm hurting.
I know.
I'm
He
really
really
hurting for
almost
that
had it.
family. It was
Yeah.
really, and Abel, for real.
Yeah.
Cause him just not like being the child anymore of these freaks and just, we're just gonna drown you. Fuck it.
I
And
know.
just, that's the end of you. Just
No,
trash.
and that he just didn't have a hope in the world.
Oh yeah, wait, they can't be sex trafficking if they killed Abel.
I just thought they could have. No, I know it didn't say that they were, and at least the thing that I read on it just now. But it just seemed like there has to be a bigger picture to like what do they do for work? How can they still afford these vacations and lure people out here? But anyways, I just thought they were kind of over Abel shit because he was being really difficult.
Because he has no rhythm.
I mean, they were just abusing the fuck out of him, and he was crying every night that I just figured maybe they just were over him. I don't know. I didn't really,
It's
the
terrible.
math was not mathing in my head at the time, clearly, because I really did think, oh no, this is like a sex trafficking thing. I don't know why I always think that.
Yeah,
I'm like so aware of sex trafficking that I'm
yeah.
trying to like, I don't even know,
Put it in every
put it in every
scenario.
movie. Like, this has to make sense because of this.
This has to be a sex trafficking situation.
Yeah, because why else are you like stealing children just to kill them? Like, it doesn't make sense
Yeah, no, that was my
other than
beef with
like
the
a money
movie.
thing.
That was my beef with the movie. That very good movie, but why is this happening? That's my big question mark.
Yeah, is there like a moral to the story? Just leave on instinct. Trust your instinct.
And like I said, like I know his answer was because you let us, but to me that didn't work in this situation because it's so specific, this thing that you're pulling off. You know?
I know. Well, I mean, it was just one last thing of, you only have yourself to blame. I think he was just an evil person.
They're evil. Patrick and Karen are evil. Everyone watch the fuck out.
I know.
Ew, fuck them. Fuck them.
I know. Really bad.
Stupid bitches. Anyway, that's all I really do have to say.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's it. It was tough.
It was tough.
It's not for the weak to watch this.
No. In fact, I was thinking during the movie if in the future someone asked me for a recommendation for a genuinely horrific movie, I'd be like, I know
One that hurts your soul.
a really horrific one.
Yeah.
This is it.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, till next time.